Round one, and you are live right now with us. What's going on, people right there? Right now, tonight we're gonna have somebody special beside me here. Let me tell you right now, this is gonna be it's gonna be an epic show, and you cannot miss it. So right now, go and share it and download the app Latin Evolution Radio. Let me tell you, we are right now here live in the hottest radio in Minnesota. So everybody, like right now, I know you guys are getting connected. So get connected because I have somebody crazy beside me right now, beside me. So, it's going to be somebody who is entrepreneur, a business minder, somebody who's going to teach you about different things. This young guy, I'm telling you, man, I'm really happy, really humble to have somebody beside me, And ladies and gentlemen, I have with me tonight, Mr. Brandon Lee from Cali Boys. What's going on, buddy? What's going on?
¿Cómo están? Good evening. The real superstar is you here. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, man, that's awesome. That's awesome, bro. Man, I really feel so humbled to have you with me, man. I know you came last time on our show, too, But tonight we're going to talk about different topics, man. I really want to go deep, something that I do in my show, But first, I want to say thanks to all the fans, people who's watching us, too, right now. I'm telling you right now, people, when I told people that you were coming, man, so many people brought me back, tell me, send me notes and stuff like that. I say, oh, my gosh, you're going to have the Cali Boys there with you. And I was like, oh, heck yeah. He's coming to my show. We're going to have a lot of us. Guys, you are in round one. And round out here, we're going to hear some good stuff, with my buddy Brandon Lee from Cali Boys right now. Everybody know you as a Cali boy, because you have the jewelry. You have so many things that you're going through. But I want to go deep. I want to go to the part that nobody knows about you. And about your family. I know you're a mix. You're a Filipino Mexican. Is that right?
That's right.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah, that's right. We like to call it Mexipino. Yeah, Mexican and Filipino. Dad's side Filipino, mom's side Mexican. The two cultures are very similar, and I love it.
That's
on Christmas,
awesome,
we
man.
get both tacos and we get lumpia, egg rolls.
Oh, my God, that's awesome.
That's both worlds.
In your house, you never miss a good meal. Is that right?
We never miss a good meal.
Oh, my God, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I can see that.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Oh, man, that's good, man. And one of the things I want to talk about it too, man. Everybody, it's so curious about your businesses and stuff like that. I want everybody to understand, how, as a young fella, how can you empower all the Latinos, all the people around us, in our generation, to my generation, your generation. How can you touch people about that too? One of the things I want to talk about you too is that I know you're an entrepreneur, you have a business owner too, and your family, own businesses too. So let's go back with that. Let's go back. One of the things that people ask me, the first question that I want to ask you is, are you single? Are you married? Where are you? Because a lot of people want to know that.
I'm currently single.
Oh, that's good. So all the girls out there, wow, this guy is available. But come with a high tag. So it's gonna be hard to. It's hard to get it. Is that right?
Very busy. Very busy.
I know he's crazy busy. A lot of businesses. So let's go back to the Cali Boys. So where did you born?
Los Angeles, California
is
where
nice.
We're from. Long Beach Memorial Hospital, to be specific.
So that's where you come with the name of the Cali Boys.
Yeah, it was actually a family effort coming up with the name, but we live and breathe LA, our roots, and so it's something that we're proud of, and our hearts still are out there, and so it's something that still lives with us today.
And you guys still have family up there?
We do,
right?
We do.
Nice. So how do you end up in Minnesota? Because from Cali to Minnesota is a huge difference, man.
Yeah, big difference. And our grandparents back in the day brought us out here. Living in LA in the 90s, it was crazy, and we wanted to get away from the trouble. My abuelito had some work out here in Minnesota, so he kind of led the way over here and brought the rest of the family with.
That's nice, And one of the things that I want to touch base with you, because everybody see you as a cool guy, man. You're like a cool cat, man. I'm telling you, man. Every time I see you, your Instagram, man, I want to be like you when I grow up, man. A cool cat,
I appreciate it.
But what people don't understand is just, the business mentality that is behind your family and behind your sisters, behind you. Man, I'm so proud your sisters are here around you, too. Guys, yeah. I have his beautiful sisters here in my studio tonight. In Latin Evolution Radio, it's so happy to have, you have a family business, but where's the business mentality come from your mom, from your dad? It's just the family in general, where this, the spirit start, and you guys start, I'm going to do businesses and not just go to a factory and stuff like that. You just like, I'm going to do my own stuff and run with that.
I would say, I mean, both of my parents are go-getters. Both of my parents are hustlers. They always work very hard to support the family and make sure that me and my four sisters are taken care of. And so I think that's where it started.
So you're four in the family.
Yeah, I'm number five. I lose track sometimes, but I'm number five.
You're the only boy.
Only boy and the
Nice.
oldest.
The luck. Oh wow, the
Yeah.
lucky one. The lucky one.
Yeah, the real lucky one. I have a couple white hairs in my head, and I think
El,
it's because of my
el
sister.
primogénito.
Yeah, you're right. That's right.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, so the business that you have right now is a full family business, or you decide just start for your mom and pop, or you just like you started yourself as the oldest.
It is a family effort. It's still growing. We just got to where we're at today. I mean, we just got started with what we're doing a handful of months ago, so we're only getting started. But it was a family effort. It was a group effort. It was led by my dad. It was originally his idea. He brought me into it. We brought my sisters into it, and we're only moving forward with it.
That's good, man. I like that. You know what I mean? You know what? One of the things that I like to tell in my show, you know what I mean, it's about like the young entrepreneurs, you know what I mean? Like the spirit that, you know, that you really want to do something else. You know, and one of the things that I'm really attracted to you, you know, you have a brand of clothes too that you're coming with that too, is that right?
That is right.
You know,
yeah,
you have
yeah.
the jewelry too, fine jewelry, is amazing too, the stuff that you showed me the last time we were here.
Thank you.
And you're a realtor too.
Yes.
You just have your license
Just-
too, so
just
you're gonna
getting
start selling
started,
some
yeah.
houses, guys. You know, you have to come and get this guy. I'm telling you, you know, talking about realtors. You know, you have to call the Gallo Team Realty. You know what I mean? That's my team, buddy. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, you have to call Yvonne and say yes. And
Absolutely.
you know, the Gallo Team Realty. You know, they're always there for you. If you're looking for a house, stop renting, guys. You know, it's time to buy a house. It's time to put the right investments in the right, you know, what I mean, in the right place. Is that right? Now that you're a business owner.
Absolutely, 100%.
You know what I mean? And going back to the business, you know what I mean? Talk to me about like what do you start first? You know, I know you have two a medical marijuana too. That's the family too.
Yes.
Okay, so how do we start with that? What do we start first? We start with the farm, the jewelry, the clothes. You know, what I mean? What was it? You know, the beginning.
I'm glad you asked, and that's a good way to start because that's really where it stemmed from. Uh, I just actually, how should I put it? So about 6 months ago, 7 months ago now, my dad came to me. I was doing my own thing. I was in the middle of a 9-year career, and my sisters were doing their own thing. We were all doing our own thing.
In California or here in Minnesota?
Here in Minnesota.
Okay.
My dad, through networking, ended up meeting a great man in Oklahoma.
Wow.
And trying to make the story not too long, they ended up hitting it off, having some great discussion, and started off as friends. My dad decided to go visit him out there and hang out, spend some time with him, took a little vacation out there, and they really hit it off together, and they started becoming very close friends, and that ultimately led them to become business partners. And so after my dad started to get that going, he started finding success. And
But your dad's friend is from Oklahoma.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yep. That's right. So my dad reached out to me and kind of gave me a heads up. I'm finding success in this medical cannabis business. Is that something that you want to jump into with me?
And it's a huge business right now coming.
It's a huge business.
It's a huge business. You know what I mean? It's coming really strong to all nationwide.
Yeah, nationwide, very strong business. It's a beautiful business to be a part of. There's a lot of complications and a lot of things that come with it, but it is a beautiful business to be a part of.
And a lot of misunderstanding too for the business too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people have their own opinion.
Exactly,
on,
of course.
Cannabis, but ultimately what we're trying to do is get people medicine and help people find health and happiness in it.
So you start. So the business. So the farms start first before you do the jewelry and everything.
So going back to the story,
Yes.
My dad became friends with him. They ended up becoming business partners. My dad came to me and asked me if I wanted to join. I was happy doing my own thing. I had a strong career where I was at, and it was very stable. And I had some big things happen in my life. I went through a big breakup, and we split up. We were together for many years. And at that point, I decided I needed something new. And on a whim, because of my dad's, because of some stuff, I ended up going with him on a trip down to Oklahoma.
Wow,
And
cool.
I met the farmer. Shout out Big Frosty, Nana's Farms, Nana's Nurseries. And I met him, and I spent time with him and my dad out there in Oklahoma. And I fell in love with the business.
Nice.
I fell in love with the people. They were so welcoming, the family out there in Oklahoma. And I fell in love with it, and it was a perfect opportunity. I was looking for something different. I was looking for something for change. And so when we got back from the trip, I went back to my old career, just dragging my feet. Um, my dad took another trip out there to go work, and I was real bummed I didn't get to go with him. I ended up calling him one day and said, Dad, I think I want to put my 2 weeks in. I think I want to join you. And, who am I to watch you try to build something from nothing and not help you? Family is everything. Yeah, and that's what we were raised on. Family is everything. Familia es
and you guys are pretty close. Is that right? As a family?
Very close. Okay. Very as close as can be.
Nice.
Really, we are. And so he had told me that when he gets back, we'll sit, we'll talk about it, we'll work something out. I, anxiously agreed. And the next day, I called my dad and told him that I put my 2 weeks in and that I was going to be jobless. And, he had told me, he was a little shocked, of course, because, he said, I told you we were going to talk when I get back, but, we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. And so I joined him in that journey. And through all of this, my dad wanted to start a side business. He wanted to start something on the side and wanted to build another revenue stream, if you will. And so he decided to start a small jewelry business. He came to me and my sisters with some different ideas, and we talked about what we liked, and we landed on jewelry. So we started to buy jewelry in bulk and started to do that on the side. We were doing some raffles to build that up. And that's where Cali Boys started. My dad wanted to name the jewelry business, and after us throwing some ideas around, we ultimately landed on Cali Boys. And then we added the and company. So it's technically Cali Boys and Company. Because we're so busy with the farm and some of the other things that we're ultimately trying to do.
Your whole family is involved in the farm business too? Or just you and your dad?
Me and my dad primarily, but the rest of the family gets involved and helps where they can and does what they can.
But your sisters are more involved in the jewelry, in the fine jewelry and the other stuff.
So ultimately, our ultimate goal is to build a multifaceted, multi-generational family business to bring generational wealth to our name and our family. And when I say family, I also mean my closest friends. I have friends that are in my family that have been, I have friends that I consider family that have been in my life for a very long time. And so we've sat down and come up with some different ideas and some different things to tackle. And that's what has led us to where we're at today. It all started with the medical cannabis that stemmed off into the jewelry business. One of my sisters, we're sending her out to California to get some education and get some licensing on some different beauty stuff, and that's something that we have coming here in the near future. Look out for that.
Because I know your sisters are involved. They're involved in the beauty stuff too. Is that right?
Yep. And so one of them we've put in charge of the beauty aspect of our business. Nice. Another one is getting enrolled into investments. And
so in other words, Brandon, you guys are. I mean, you want to leave a legacy. Is that right? And you guys are building an empire.
That's exactly what we're trying.
It's exactly right. You're building a Latino Filipino empire.
Amen. Amen.
That's awesome. Amen. And you know what? One of the things that I want to touch base with that, because a lot of the Latinos that live in America, they don't, they come here to work in the farms, they come to work in, like in factories and stuff like that. One of the things that I want to encourage everybody, I want you to take a look at this guy here. I'm telling you, the family, they have a vision, they wanted to go forward, and there's something that is possible. Is that right? Because a lot of people come over here and say, like, but that's not possible. They lose the dreams, they lose the vision. What can you encourage people like that? Say, like, you know what? This working in the factory. Say, I want to be like Cali Boys. I want to do something. Where's the step? Where's the drive you to do stuff like that? I say, you know what? I'm gonna start my jewelry business. I want to start my, like my beauty, beauty stuff. How do you do that? How do your family or your parents teach you how to do that and how to build it? So other people can understand that too, and then you can start the business and they can start their vision and their dreams too.
Well, I'm glad you asked. First and foremost, and I want to make one thing very clear: anything is possible. Honestly, anything is possible. If you set your mind to it, you find your motivation, you find your drive. Mine is my family. My family that I have today and my future wife and kids, that's my motivation. Bringing success to my family, that's my motivation, number one. And you can do anything you want in life. You dream, you find a dream, you turn that dream into a goal. You calculate risk, you set goals.
But at the same time, it's not that easy too. People say, like, oh, it's going to be easy. Because I want to talk about the walls that you guys have as a family.
Oh my God.
Because it's not really, one of the things that I know for a fact, it's so hard to work with family. Because, even though you have family and you love your sisters and you love your brothers, and sometimes, it's like, because his family is a little bit harder sometimes, because when you have a business partner, just go to hell and I move forward. But when you have family, you're just like, gosh, man, do I send her to hell? If she go over there,
Right.
come on, I need to go get her, because my mom's gonna tell me that. Go get your sister over there from hell.
That's exactly
and
what
bring
it
her
is.
back.
That's exactly what it is. That's
and I'm
exactly
like,
what
oh
it is.
gosh, mom, for real, I have to go get her back, But when you have a business partner, you're like, go to hell, forget about it, But you guys have a family. You have your sisters involved. Your mom, your papa and mom too. You know what I mean? And then the old family is coming after. You guys gonna take care of that. How do you deal with that? It's kind of, it's a good question to ask.
Absolutely, it is. And it's something that we're still learning every day. Every day comes with a new challenge, but ultimately, I think it's important to set, you're being willing to set your own wants aside to bring others with you. You can't be selfish. You can't be selfish. You have to think of others, and you have to maintain a positive attitude, have faith, and communicate. I can't stress communication enough. I mean, I definitely fight with my sisters, often. But at the end of it, we hug. I remind them how much I love them and that everything that we're doing is for the family. Period.
That's nice. You know what? And that's something that it's kind of hard, because I know I have a lot of
Very,
friends
very hard.
who have family businesses, and and they fight to each other. You know what I mean? Sometimes they hate each other. And then it's split in. In fact, I went through business with myself with a few of my cousins. At the end we ended up fighting. You know what I mean? I was like, now we talk each other. You know what I mean? But in the beginning, it was really hard because everybody have their own vision. And own thinking. Like you want to build an empire together, but at the same time, you have different brains for thinking about it. You know what I mean? But one of the things that I want to tell you, I'm really impressed about you guys. Since the last time that you came here together as a family, you know what I mean? How can you guys have that vision to go to the future as far as with the farms, with the jewelry, with the beauty stuff too that you do now with with the realtor license that you have too, amazing things that you're coming with, man. I'm telling you,
Thank you.
and the name that you putting out there, because I have a lot of people like telling you, when they knew that you were coming, they sent me messages saying, you have a good guy with you, I want to make sure you take care of him, and that's why we're really happy, really humble to have you here in Latin Evolution, man. Thank you for the opportunity to be here with us, and tell the Latinos in general, not just the Latinos, the Asians, the Puerto Ricans, the Jewish, the white. I don't really care, we want to make sure, you tell the world, this is possible, because right now we live in a world so toxic out there. You squeeze the news, the blood come out. Is that right?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And the things that you're living right now, man, it's just such an example. So you know what? It's really hard, but we're still making it. What are the biggest walls for the Cali Boat Company? What is the biggest walls that you guys have, in general? I mean, the people probably is gonna see that. What are the biggest walls for that you can give an advice as far as business?
I think putting yourself aside and thinking of everybody is one of the biggest challenges. I think whether you're a selfish person or not, I think it's natural for us to think about ourselves first. So trying to put yourself aside and think about everybody as a whole is definitely not the easiest thing. And number two, outside influence, outside negative influence, bad energy coming into your life and trying to pull you in the wrong direction. There's a lot of distractions out there, and there's a lot of negativity. And so myself and the rest of my family, we work very hard to maintain good energy, and to have faith that we're headed in the right direction.
Do you think that as a Latino Filipino, do you think you have walls as far as that? As far as like people telling you you're not going to make it because you're that, what are the walls you have? You know what I mean? Because as a Latino, because I know you're mixed. I'm a mix myself too. But you know what I mean? What are the biggest walls that you have as far as your family, and doing any kind of business with different kind of nationalities and stuff like that?
If you're speaking about nationality, being Mexican and Filipino, those walls specifically, I personally, I don't feel any, and the reason for that is because I don't allow them to
That's
go
nice.
up.
That's amazing.
I don't allow them to
cool.
go up. Again, maintaining positivity, stop making excuses, and just get after it. Don't let anything get in your way, and stay motivated.
Oh man, I love that. You know what I mean? Like one of the things that I like what stuff that you say. Here in Latin Evolution, we think the same way too. The owner of this, one of the owners of this radio station, Isaias Nunez, he always say that. He always said that we're one in America. We're not separated. You know what I mean? You're not more Latino than me. You're not more white than me. We're American here. You know what I mean? And we believe that if we have a dream, we can make it. If you work hard, definitely you deserve it. You know what I mean? And he's gonna come to you if you work hard. Is that right?
I couldn't have said it better myself. You gave me goosebumps. You're exactly right.
You know what I mean? And that's something that when I came to these radio stations, when he told me that's something that one of the things that I admire from him. Because he always, everybody who comes here we're trying to preach that to them.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like we don't put excuses. You know what I mean? It's like, are you gonna make it or not? If you're gonna work hard or or it's simple, you're not gonna have it.
Just
what I
do
mean?
it.
He's not gonna give it for free. He's not gonna come for free. Is
Just
that right?
do it. That's exactly
You know
right.
what I mean? And I know your business doesn't come for free. You have to work your ass off. Is that right?
I've shed lots of tears. Honestly, I battle with losing my mind every day. But
So tell me one. Tell me one of you hardest tears that you have. What can you give us a story? Say like, what? I really struggled with that, but we went forward and we made it. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Give me one of the examples.
My most recent battle was getting through real estate school.
Wow, is that right?
That's right. Number one, it's very challenging. There's a lot of content in a short period of time. It's full time. You put in about 90 hours in 3 weeks if you're going.
So you took it online, or you went to the school?
I took it all online.
Oh wow!
Now the challenge for me was that I was doing it on the road. I was managing, working at the farm, building up our website, our merch, which is all to come. But I had to do it all on the road. Out at our cannabis farm, we don't have any Wi-Fi out there. And every morning I had to drive 30, 40 minutes into town to stay at a hotel I wasn't staying at and ask them to use their Wi-Fi to take my courses. I had to study.
So how many hours you put in the course?
90 hours total.
No, per day. When you were going to that, to the
8 or 9 hours.
Okay.
8 or 9 hours a day.
So you stay in the hotel 8 hours in the hotel just to
use the Wi-Fi to take my course.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's dedication, man. That's consistency.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You know what I mean? And I know consistency breaks the rock. You know that? They say like if the water hits the rock, how many many times it will break the rock.
I never heard that, but that's a really good way to put it.
Yes. So you were like the water, man, hitting the rock until you did it.
I had no other choice.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's nice.
Yeah, and there was other things with that too. I had to study on the way home in the dark in my truck. My dad had my binder open, my study questions, and was using his phone as a flashlight to ask me my questions as we were driving. I was on no sleep. Got home to take my exam, and it was very difficult, very, very, very difficult. And that's just an example, a small example.
No, man, I like that. I like, one of the things, consistency. It's always something that people don't understand. People want to just everything for free. And consistency is the basic of everything. They say like if you study, over like 90 hours something, you get better. If you continue like 21 days, you definitely changing the habits.
Absolutely.
And it's all about consistency. Is that right?
100%. If there's one more thing I can add on that, I had gotten back from the farm with my family, and the next day I had to take my exam. And so as soon as I got home driving, roughly a 12-hour trip, I got home, I started studying. I went to bed very late, woke up, went and took my exam, passed one of the two portions of the exam. Passed one, failed the other. So I gave myself a few days to break, went back to studying. After my second exam, I failed it a second time after studying. And I was so mad and I was so upset that I had failed the second time because I was so frustrated, all the hours, all the effort I was putting into it. Yes. The first thing that I did after I failed that exam is I got home, I opened up my binder, and I immediately started studying again because I wasn't going to let a test that I had failed twice hold me back from building something for our family and putting effort into our family business. So to add to what you're saying, consistency. You fail, get back up. Keep studying,
key, man.
keep
it's
working.
Keep and you know what? I learned consistency, man. I love fishing, man. I love fishing, and man. When I tell you I love fishing, man.
Let's go. We'll go,
guys. If you know what fishing, you know that I love fishing. Everybody, all my friends know that I love to go to the ocean. We don't have an ocean here, so we go to the lakes here. Minnesota. But that's something and I love consistency because if you want to catch the right fish, you have to constantly continue hitting it and wait. And because something is coming.
Great example.
And when you get it, you had to, and consistency of bringing it in too.
And it's gonna be worth it.
It's gonna be worth it. Oh heck
every
yeah.
time.
Every time. And that's something that people don't understand that nowadays. Especially our younger generation say, just give it to me. And I was like, wait a second. You're not gonna learn the process. And I think with you guys, with your family, how your parents teach you, and taught you, it's like the process. Something. Do you think as a generation we forgot the process?
Absolutely. And I hate to say it, but I feel like people are forgetting the fact that you have to put work in for anything. That nothing comes easy in life, and the more work you put in, the more blood, sweat, and tears you can put in, the sweeter the prize will be at the end. I promise you.
That's nice.
And we're just getting started too. We're still putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears. Gracias a Dios, we are where we're at today.
Exactly.
But the grind never stops. Cali Boys, baby.
Guys, this is the Cali Boys right here. Señores, in round one, señores. I have here Brandon Lee for Cali Boys Company, señores. You know what I mean? Really happy to have you here. I'm telling you, man. You know what I mean?
My pleasure.
I heard so good stuff about you and your family. You know what I mean? I know I owe you this show. You know, we talked about so many weeks ago. I know you were out of town too. So you were in Oklahoma when you told me about that?
I was, yes.
Oh man, cool. You know what I mean? Guys, don't forget that the best pictures you're gonna get in Tiny Heart Studios. You know, you have to come to my studio, man.
I would
I'm
love to
telling
be
you.
there.
You know what I mean? I know one of your sisters is gonna come, you know, to do some stuff with us too. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, we had the best pictures in town. You know, we're like completely digital. You know what I mean? We do like magazine style. You know, so you know, we give you the best of the best.
I've seen your photos. It's great work.
Oh,
great
thank
work.
you, man. I appreciate that, man. Don't forget to call me 407-860-9598. También no te olvides también que estamos en Latin Evolution Radio. Bájate la aplicación ahora en este momento si no te la has podido bajar. Esta es la radio más caliente de Minnesota, así que conéctate en este momento. No, you know, in Latin Evolution we're bilingual, man, so that's kind of cool. You know, we can do both and you know, connect everybody. I know you told me to go talk in English, so we're gonna go in English right now, guys. You know, so happy to have everybody connected here too. You know, Laurita too. Say hi, Laurita, ¿cómo estás? You know, mi tío Timmy me está saludando también. Katiuska, un saludo a todos ustedes. Estamos aquí con Cali Boy, señores, con Brandon Lee. Señores, también vamos a ver que también tengo acá también otra gente que nos está saludando también. Tengo a Tracy. Hold on a second, guys. Brenda Liz Caraballo, ¿cómo estás, Brenda Liz? No, dice que estás guapo, Brandon.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Olivia Vice también. Much love to the Cali Boys familia.
I love you all. It's all love, baby. I love you all.
Tracy Christina, always speaking in straight facts and giving motivation. Thank you, Tracy. I love you too, girl. You know what I mean? And thank all you guys to follow us to Latin Evolution Radio. You know, it's a pleasure to have you here. You know what I mean? It's such a blessing, man. I'm telling you, man. I feel blessed with your presence right now here, man.
The pleasure is ours.
No, man, I'm telling you why I feel like this. You know, people's gonna tell me like, oh, you're trying to lift them up. No, not really, man. It's because you know, I interview a lot of people here. You know, as you know, that's part of my job here. You know what I mean? But when I interview young generations, man, they're so empowered, man. You know, I love to hear that because for many reasons and for many, when I hear so many people talk and say like, this is the last generation, the losers. You know, they don't know where they're going. You know what I mean? This is the end of the world. But when I see people like the Calivos, your sisters, your mom and pop, you know what I mean? Say like, you know, we can do it. We can make it. You know what I mean? Like, we're not like people was telling us, you know, we're not going to take that curse. We are the blessed generation. We're going to give it better. You know what I mean? Empowering me. Because, you know, that's my kids, man. You know what I mean? I know my kids, you know, if I'm leaving, I'm going to leave it in good hands. You know, people who think like you guys. You know what I mean? And that's something that empowers me to be here with you guys tonight. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Something that I want to see with everybody. And I love to, you know, when I have the microphone in front of me, man, I love to empower people. That's something that I love to do. You know, and I always tell people, like, you can do it. If you dream it, definitely, you know, there's a passion out there. So, you know, what is your biggest drive, man? You know what I mean? Because I know as a Brandon Lee, because I know your family, you know, you have a family passion, but what drives you yourself as a man, as a Latino, you know what I mean, Filipino? What drives you? Say, like, you know what? This is what drives me every single day to get up in the morning and say, like, I'm going to make it.
I can easily say the two biggest things are faith and family. I'm a man of God, and you know, I put a lot of trust in my faith, and then my family. Those are two big things, and I'm also very passionate to send positivity out there and to send good energy out there, and help motivate others. I touched on bringing family into the business, and when I say family, I mean close friends. And I'm passionate about creating job opportunity. I want to create jobs for. You know, in careers for friends and family that are near to us, and just help bring success to everybody around me. That's faith, family, and bringing success to everybody around me. That's really what drives me.
And what kind of advice you can tell somebody who want to start a business, especially the younger generations? You know what I mean? Like, how do you start a business, Brandon? You know what I mean? Like, say, like, you know what? I have a dream. Well, you know, where do you start? What you know? If somebody asks you in person, you say, like, Brandon, give me an advice. What would you say to somebody?
Well, I have to pay a lot of respects to my father because my father is the reason why I really shifted my mindset.
And you told me that you have a lot of good stories too. So, you know,
yes.
I'm telling you, he's coming too.
Yeah,
he's coming here, man.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
Yes,
you're going to have a lot of fun with that too.
Shout
man.
out Cerritos Cali, definitely. But I owe him a lot of, however you want to call it, I owe him a lot of respect because he's really what shifted my mentality. And so I was blessed to have some sort of outline in place. Thanks to my dad and Big Frosty with the farm, I was able to shift a little bit of my focus. But find something you're passionate about. Find something that you're passionate about. Find a way that you can bring a service to others, make money off of it. Set some goals, work towards them, never give up. Do your research, do your homework, and get ready for a bumpy ride. It's crazy, but don't ever give up. Don't ever give up.
Man, that's nice, man. I like your advice as far as I mean. Everybody need to hear that, man, nowadays. What I mean, because there's so much to do up there. There's so much to build.
A lot of
What I mean? A
opportunity.
lot of opportunities out there.
A lot of
Exactly.
opportunity.
What I mean? And sometimes we miss opportunities because we're thinking about stupid ideas. Is that right?
That's exactly right. Or people just don't care to open their eyes, look around, ask some questions, and put the work in. I promise you, there's a million opportunities out there. Get up, get after it. Stop making excuses.
And people don't ask the right questions. Is that right? Sometimes you have the right. I mean, if you have the right idea, but you have the investors around you who they're ready to invest, but you don't ask the questions. Is that right?
I think that's a big part of it too.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So let's talk about something that I wanted to touch base with you. I know in your Instagram, I know your grandpa passed away. You know what I mean? Talk to me about your grandpa because I saw your picture with you and your grandpa. You have a little flower there, a little plant. So since the beginning, you were in the plant business, brother. Is that right?
That's right. That's right. I'm glad you.
Let's talk about your grandpa, man. It's something that what I mean. I miss my grandpas too. What I mean. My both grandpas passed away too, so I feel related to you. Let's talk about him. What I mean. If he's okay with you, of course.
Absolutely, it is okay with me, and I'm glad you asked because that's really the foundation of who we are today.
Wow.
I touched on my
Sorry
father.
if I ask you. Is that your daddy? Yeah, your daddy's dad?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Right.
Yep. Yep. That Mr. Henry Thomas Lee. We call him Papa.
Oh, nice,
Um,
nice.
Uh,
He passed away for how many years? A
it's
year
been
ago?
about 4 years.
Oh, wow.
It's been
Okay.
about 4 years now, but every day feels like it was just yesterday. It's a little bit it's a little difficult to go into that. But to answer your question, that is truly the foundation of who we are today. It was a very difficult loss for us because he was truly the heart of our family. The reason why we love the way we do, the reason why we care the way we do, is because of my grandfather. And I'll forever pay my respects to him because he is the reason why we love the way we do.
So he's your biggest inspiration, pretty much,
I would say that.
of all you
I have him
guys.
tattooed on my chest.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Oh,
him,
my
him and my
gosh,
grandma.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
love him
nice.
that much. Yeah, but he's truly the reason why we are who we are today. And actually, I'm glad you asked because my grandfather's passing is what lit the fire under my dad to shift his mindset. We
Is
lost
that
it
right?
when my grandfather passed. It really impacted our family very deeply, and everyone found themselves in a dark place. And that includes my dad.
So your daddy have other brothers and sisters, or no? Or is just,
Yes, my dad
okay.
has a brother,
Okay.
my Theo. Yep. But it impacted us all very deeply, and at that time, we had lost a lot. My dad had lost his house. We lost a lot, and it was that. I think when my grandfather passed, he came and gave my dad a little bit of a blessing and a big blessing, and lit a fire under him. And after my grandfather's passing, and my dad mourned it for a little bit, that's really what lit the fire underneath him to build what we are today. So he is truly the foundation for Cali Boys in our family.
Man, that's amazing, man. Man, and let's go back to the family and God. The basics of everything, man. The basics of our country. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
God and country. How we would say that stuff. And I love that and respect for you guys, man. When I see you, I have to do that research about you. You know what I mean? And see the picture, man. And that really touched my heart because I went through the same thing with my grandpas. What I mean? I do miss him too and stuff like that. And I have a lot of respect for them too, as far as that too. And they were like such a stones for our family too, from the foundations of our family too. A lot of people don't know too, but I grew up like half Jewish, half Christian, man.
Wow.
Of course,
Wow.
my from my dad's side, we were persecuted from the Nazis. A lot of people don't
Wow.
know about that. So I have a crazy story too. I have a crazy, I can tell you some crazy stories. How what I mean, like they used to escape, they used to hide. What I mean, when they were like really tiny. So so I feel related to you in a lot of ways too. How you have respect for your family. What I mean, and how your grandpas. What I mean, they were like the really who keep the family together. As far as that, but let's go. Going back to you. What I mean, I know your sisters have businesses too. So let's talk about your sisters. What I mean, and the businesses they have, because I know I want to bring them to my show too. I want to have a show one-on-one with them too. So we can do something like hot here too and talk about that too. I know that right now here with us, I'm really happy to have all the family here. But let's talk about them, like their businesses. What they do. What I mean, like how they started it, and where are they going?
I'm glad you asked. So Cali Boys has almost become, an umbrella.
That's like Dr. Dre.
Yeah, if
And
you
then
will.
you have the
yeah,
Eminem,
yeah.
and then you have
if you
the
will.
50
Yeah.
cents. Is that right?
Yeah. And so, we have the medical cannabis going. That's, really my dad's forte. And then, we have the jewelry, which we've put on hold a little bit to really focus on some of the other avenues of our business before we come back to that. But one of our sisters, we're sending her out to California. I won't say too much. I'll leave it for the next episode. I'll leave it for her to share. But I will say we're sending her out to California to take some classes, get some certifications, to launch her. This is not an official name or anything, but launch her Cali Boys beauty business.
Nice.
And so she's going to be in charge of that aspect. I have another sister who is going to be digging pretty deep into the investment business, into investments in general, stocks and and crypto and all of the things to come. So she's going to be getting herself involved in a seminar here pretty soon. Shout out Owen. So she's going to be getting into that, and then the rest will come to follow as well.
That's awesome, man. I love your sisters, man. That a lot of energy too around your family. I mean, that's kind of cool. I got too, and I wanted to touch base with that. Because I wanted people to understand that it's a full family business.
Absolutely.
It's everybody involved. That's something that I want you to to people to understand. That we can do it.
Absolutely.
Like there's definitely that passion that you guys have, and I want to make sure everybody understand in my show here, and everybody that there's a lot of opportunity guys out there. Is that right?
There's
a lot of powerful opportunities. You just have to find the right friends, the right angles to hit that. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And I think at the end of the day, the first thing that you have to do is look yourself in the mirror and decide, what you want for yourself and for your future, and find your motivation. And then you, like you said, you surround yourself with the right people, you ask the right questions, and you set the right goals.
So what do you think about our generation right now? Everybody's saying that there's no hope. There's no hope for the end of this generation. What do you think about what do you think about your generation that is coming up right now? Everything that's happening around the world. How do you see it? As a Latino Filipino, as an American, how do you see that coming? When everybody is like blasting you guys from every single angle and say like there's no hope anymore. This is gone. It's over.
It really doesn't faze me, and I don't put too much into that again because that's all negativity.
Exactly.
That's all negativity. That's all for what? Close the door, turn off the TV, turn off the radio, and get to work. Because that's only gonna.
Oh man, I love that, man. I love what you're saying right now. Go to work.
Yeah, go to work.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, cut out the BS. Turn off the distractions and get to work. And I promise you, none of what everyone else is saying will affect you.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome, man.
And have faith.
How big is your faith?
Enormous. Unscalable.
Unscalable.
Yes.
That's good. But
yes.
You're Catholic, you're Christian.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I grew up Catholic.
Okay.
And yeah.
No, that's nice, man. I need to know that. I want everybody to know that too.
Absolutely.
Because the faith is so important. I know my mom every single morning. Well, first of all, I'm a man of faith. So every morning I get up. And I'm so grateful for what all the blessings that we have around us, man.
And I'm glad you say that. I do the same thing, especially at night. And not only do I thank God for all the blessings, but I thank God for all the trials and tribulations. Because we wouldn't be who we are today. I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for the challenges. Every challenge, every obstacle, every hurdle that comes my way only creates more motivation and only adds to the fire.
And one of the things, that I learned from my buddy Isaiah Williams, he always said, like, there's beauty in the struggle.
Oh, my God.
Is that right?
Absolutely there is. Absolutely.
I love that quote from him. He said, JC, it's beauty in the struggle. I love to hear that when he say that because I know it is. It's when you struggle the most is when, you like, it's like, you're working with jewelry, you need to clean yourself until you finally get that piece of gold that is completely pure.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Absolutely. And there is beauty in their struggle. I go back to, taking those real estate classes. I really lost myself for a minute there, but I kept pushing. I kept my faith and I kept getting after it. And, after I passed that exam, all my hard work finally paid off and now getting my feet into the business, it's that much sweeter. And if I have the option to take the easy way, if I have the option to take the hard way, this is Cali Boys in general, we'll take the hard way every time. It'll be that much sweeter and we'll learn that much more and we'll add that much more to our character.
I love that, man. At the same time, I know you have some, you build some like hoodies and stuff like that. I know you have a clothes brand too. Is that right?
Yeah. So
you're working on that too right now.
Yeah, we're working.
Man,
on
you guys
are
doing everything, man.
It's a lot. We get real busy. But yeah.
All the ideas who come with these ideas, man? Your dad, your sister, like who? Your mom,
All of us. We've had a lot of different ideas over.
You just get up in the morning and say like, "Dad, I have an idea. Let's go work."
Honestly, it's not too far off. I will say that when I take my trips to the farm with my dad, we're able to really sit and review everything that happened while we were home.
So you take a trip with your dad all the time?
every 2 weeks, roughly.
Oh my gosh! You know what? Let me tell you one thing, man. It's a blessing to the things that you do with your dad.
It is.
You know, because a lot of people don't have their dad. You know what I mean? So it's a blessing that you have that trip and you can remember those days, and you can tell that to your kids. You know, I mean, I remember when I used to go with my dad to the farm, and you know that time that you have with him, it's an amazing time.
It's a huge blessing, and
it's
I
a
couldn't be more
huge
thankful
blessing,
for it.
man. It's a
Couldn't be more
huge
thankful
blessing.
for it, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's you know, I'm telling you, man. I'm really blessed to have you here with me tonight. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man. I never know how deep we were gonna go, but I always tell people here that I'm gonna go deep, and some people get scared with me, you know, because I ask some weird questions, you know.
I love deep conversation. I love deep conversation.
No, man. So tell me about the clothing. I'm sorry if I interrupt you. You know what I mean? So let's go back to the clothing. So how the clothing started? Like, you know, who came with this idea?
So as we were building Cali Boys and as we were doing the jewelry and everything, it was just something that popped up. Like, you know, we should do some. It started with us just wanting to represent our own brand, and so we started talking about designing, you know, Cali Boys merch. From T-shirts, crop tops, hoodies, jackets, bags, a lot of different stuff. But we are, you know, we consider, you know, we want to make sure that we do it right, and we want to make sure that we're happy with the overall product. And so we're putting a lot of time and a lot of effort to make sure that we get it just right before we launch it. But it is to come. It is to come.
And that's nice, you know, because you know you want the perfectionist. You know, who's the perfectionist in your family as far as the business?
Ooh, that's tough. I think that we're all perfectionists, truly, but I think that we all have our own area of which, you know, we like when it's tough. All of us, honestly.
You know, the reason why I ask you this question, you know, because like, you know, I work in photography. You know, what I mean, we work with models and stuff like that, and we're so, you know, perfectionists as far as when we edit the pictures. You know, we don't put any filters. You know, we work with the detail of the pictures. You know what I mean? So when we deliver something, believe me, you're gonna love it. Yeah. That's what I want to ask you to see. You know, who really is the leader as far as the perfectionist? As far as we're gonna do the jewelry, we're gonna go this way, we're gonna do it, and the clothing too.
You know, I guess I could say my dad, because everything that we do, we run it by my dad. You know, he's kind of like the cabeza of the whole operation. And
the head chef.
The head, yeah, that's right. And so, you know, everything that we do, we run it by him before we come out with anything, do anything. So I guess you could say my dad, but we're all pretty ridiculous and pretty perfectionist.
So where does your mom, you know, I mean, in all of this? Because I know your dad is the big chief. I know, and you know, I mean, if he's the leader, you always have to have a good woman beside him.
Absolutely.
That's part of the business. Is that right?
That is part of the business.
Big support. You know what I mean?
A good woman by your side is priceless.
The big queen.
Yeah,
the
queen bee. My parents are separated. And so my mom doesn't have too much involvement in where we're at right now, but my mom is the forefront of my mind when I think about when we finally reach the level of success that we want to reach.
But she lives in Minnesota or she's in California?
She is in Minnesota.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She is in Minnesota. And we'll have a spot for her down the line somewhere. You know,
nice.
I want her to be able to have an opportunity to work with us and to be able to. We want to be able to offer our mom, you know, a salary, you know, to be able to do her thing, but reduce stress levels. You know,
exactly.
Mom,
yes.
do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? You know,
the stress levels, man. But I think you have a lot of stress, man, with all the stuff that you have, man. Right?
Like I said earlier,
it's a lot of responsibility, man. You know, when you have the jewelry and you have, you know, the farms, you know, and you have all this stuff, a lot of responsibility for you guys in your back too.
Absolutely, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Like I said, I honestly come close to losing my mind every day.
That's good, man. But you know what? As long as you stay humble, that's something that I always tell people. As long as you stay humble, man, and you remember where you come from, you know what I mean? You know, God's gonna be beside you, man. He's gonna like make sure, you know, he put you the armor to continue moving forward.
Amen.
You know, no matter what happened, you know, I mean, you're gonna continue moving forward. You're gonna succeed. That's something that I want to see it. I want to be able to see it tomorrow and say, you know what, you know, I mean, that rich guy over there, you know, he came to my show one time, and you know what, I'm flying in his plane today. You know what I mean? No, man, I'm telling you, man, it's such a blessing to have you here at Latin Evolution Radio, man. It's, you know, it's an honor. We like to bring people like you know, to talk these kind of topics. You know what I mean? So everybody can understand, man, that it's possible. And it's something that I love to empower. You know, in Latin Evolution, one of our coaches was hacemos lo que queremos. You know, and the reason why we say that is because, you know, we want to make sure everybody can do it. You know, you can do whatever you want, but you can still make it. You can still work hard. You can have it. You know what I mean? It's something that empowers me when I see you guys too. And you told me everything last time that we had talked. You told me everything that you guys were building. You guys building a huge empire, man. That responsibility in your back.
There definitely is, but you know, you got to do what you got to do for your family, for your beliefs, and you know, I mean, I don't have kids yet, but for my future kids, you know, for my future family.
No, exactly. You know what? And one of the things that we're gonna do, we're gonna bring your sisters back here too. You know what I mean? We're gonna bring your sisters, you know, and something that I cannot wait until have sisters here to talk about the same thing, man.
I don't know if you want them. They're crazy. They're crazy.
No, and I want to bring your dad too, man. To interview it too. I would love to hear stories, man. And how the business is starting, everything, all his dreams and his passions too. It's good to have those people around you, man. And so what do you do every single day? So you get up and what do you do every single day?
Well, I from my previous career to now, I have to have a checklist. I have to have a to-do list, otherwise I get lost in everything that I'm doing. I'm trying to learn how to do my daily routine digitally on my phone, but I've always done it on paper. I feel like.
And you know what? I'm the same way, man. I have my phone and I love to have it around me, but man, I love the paper. I love the paper.
Something about like crossing it off.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And I love that. I love to be able to, to be myself. I think it goes more to the brain. I think I can remember that. Is that right?
Absolutely. And I think having something tangible helps a lot. But every day is different. Some days I work more on the farm, being on the farm. Some days I work more on, our website and our merch.
So you can see the sun every day I'm hustling.
Every day I'm hustling. Seriously, every day.
That's nice.
Every
man.
moment.
That's nice.
Every day.
That's awesome, man. I love that, man. Man, I'm telling you right now, I really feel like humble, man, to have you here with me.
No,
and I have to say that, because, like I said before, when I see generations like yours, coming with these ideas of we can do it, we can build this empire, no matter what, no matter what is your background, empower me myself to continue moving forward and to continue on the radio, to continue empower people and bringing here people, that they have that passion like you, that we're not hidden. You know what I mean? And one of the things I want to tell too, man, guys, don't forget to download the app. It's really important. Do you already download the app for Latin Evolution Radio? Oh man, I love you. I love you for that reason, man.
I love you. You're a great host. It's a great station. It's a great show. Like I said,
thank you, man.
We're happy to be here.
No, I appreciate that. Guys, don't forget to download the app. Bájate la aplicación en este momento de Latin Evolution Radio. No, necesitas que bajarte. Estamos 24 horas al día conectados. We're 24 hours connected, man. And the nice part of this radio, man, we have people calling us from Ohio, Miami, the other day they call us from Wisconsin. Man, we are all over, man. It's kind of cool to be online, too, so we can reach a lot more people in less
Revolution
time.
Radio, baby.
I'm telling you, baby, man. It's going to be it's really hot right now. People is calling us from all over.
The hottest.
I'm telling you, man, the hottest. Exactly. Guys, I'm here with the Cali boys, man. Such a blessing to have you here tonight. You know what I mean? So tell me one more thing about here now. So when do you plan to get married? Do you have an age you want to do that, or just when the women come, or because I know you like to plan a lot.
I do.
You know what I mean? So I would like to know that too. You know what I mean?
Well, there's no.
Or is when God sent you the one that He needs to set.
I mean, it's like they say, God's timing is perfect.
Oh my gosh, it is exactly.
I don't have any set date. I would love to be married. I'd love to have kids, but
how many kids you want to have?
All of them.
Oh my gosh, you're a good Latino, man.
That's right, all of them. But it's not my time yet. I'm just focusing on work. I'm trying to build so that when my wife.
And how old are you now?
27.
Wow, you look a lot younger, man.
I feel old.
Really?
So I do.
27, man. Oh my gosh, man. That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can look a lot younger, man. I thought it was 25, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, people told me that I'm 19, man. But I'm like, no, man, I'm okay.
I'm hiding my age. Por eso.
And I like the glasses too and everything. That's kind of cool, man.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I'm telling you, man, you're a cool cat, man. I'm telling you.
I appreciate it.
It's really cool, man. Pretty
Thank
cool.
You. Thank you.
You know what I mean? So how much do you miss California? Do you miss a lot, or
I do miss.
What do you miss from California? Let's talk about that.
There's something in the air. The French call it je ne sais quoi. There's something in the air in LA that just hits different. There's a magic in the air. It's hard to describe. I really can't put my finger on it. The culture is part of it.
What part of California you came from?
Los Angeles. We're from Cerritos.
Okay.
That's where we come from. But that's what I would say. There's just something in the air. I'm very happy when I'm out there, but I probably will never move back. The cost of living, it's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Is that right?
Out there. Unbelievably
crazy. The cheapest house, what, like $2 million, something like that? Man, is that right?
Basically. It's crazy. So I love it. I miss it. I do miss it a lot. But
as a family, you guys go a lot there, or no? Not really?
We try to go at least once a year.
Okay.
We go pretty often.
And you have a lot of family there, or not really?
We do. We have
cousins and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of my mom's side of the family. Well, both sides really. We do have a lot of family.
Because your mom and pop, they met over there in California. Is that right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Wow, that's it. So you know what I mean, like, so how do you like for Minnesota? You know what I mean, like, I know I said time. One of the things that I want to talk about Cali was to Minnesota is such a small state, so you can definitely have an empire here like really fast.
Hope so. You know,
Huh?
hopefully,
So
hopefully,
what's it mean you hopeful?
hopefully. You know, that's where I staying humble. You know, that's what we're staying
Yeah,
humble.
okay,
You know.
okay. Let's stay humble. Let's stay humble.
But working towards it every day. All
Guys, I don't hope. I want him to have successful empire. I'm telling you guys, and I'm telling you right now in public. You know, I want him to have successful empire.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? I
As
want
to
you
you.
to do that, man. It's crazy, man. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, Brando. You know what I mean? Like, so talk to me about the realtor part. You know what I mean? Like, when you gonna start? Joe, so you're ready to start selling houses right now? Are you with somebody, or right now you took your license and right now you're ready to go to start that?
That's where I'm at. So I finished my exam. I'm currently interviewing different brokerages to see where I want to hang my license up at. So that's what I'm doing currently. But I'm very excited to get into real estate, buying, selling, but also investing. You know, investing in real estate is a great way to build generational wealth.
Heck yeah, of course.
So you know that's one thing that we're very excited for.
That's what Donald Trump is so rich, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
man,
he
the
found
big
his money in
Trump,
real
man.
estate.
Yes.
He
Oh my
found his
gosh,
money in
yes.
real estate. Him and a lot
Exactly.
of others. And so you know that's why we try.
There's
to tackle.
nothing with the risk, man. It's huge.
It's real life.
It's a huge
It's
opportunity.
real life. And
Exactly.
so we're really excited to get into it. Quick little story I'd love to share with you.
Yes, of course.
I had a calling towards real estate. You can call me crazy, maybe not, but a really cool story. I've been in sales all my life. 5-6 years ago, you know, I started watching some of those, you know, reality TV shows
What,
about
Shark
real
Tank?
estate. No,
Oh,
real estate
okay,
and stuff
right,
like that.
okay.
You know, and I was in luxury sales when I was in my old career. And
What did you do before?
I sold home automation, audio, video. I was a system designer was the title. I'd go into new home builds and design a whole home solution, mostly audio, video, and home automation.
Okay.
But I remember real estate had gotten my attention. I didn't put too much thought into it. I moved out at a very young age and had to make ends meet. And so, you know, I found something stable and something reliable. And so I didn't want to drift away from that too much. But real estate was in my head. At work, I met a client of mine, and he was a realtor, very successful realtor at that. And I mentioned to him that it was something that had my attention. After us building a stronger rapport and spending some more time together, one day he told me that he said, I don't suggest everybody to get into real estate because a lot of people don't make it. I think statistically speaking, 80% of first-year realtors don't make it to their second year. But he told me, I think that it's something that you'll be good at. I was very flattered, and we decided to meet after work, outside of work, to talk more about it. Before that had even happened, later that day, completely random, my phone rings. I see it's one of my sisters, and I answer it. She says, what are you doing? Where are you at? I'm working. You know, I'm at work right now. And she says, well, I have to tell you something. I had a dream last night. And in my dream, one of our ancestors came to visit me.
Wow.
And that ancestor told me to tell you that you're supposed to get into real estate.
Wow, amazing story, man.
I have goosebumps every time I tell it. And, you know, I didn't know what to say in that moment. She had no idea that was part of my plan. She had no idea that I was just talking about that.
You know what? I do believe in that. And you know what I mean? You're going to think that I'm crazy, but I do believe in the dreams, man, and stuff like that. I believe 100%, man.
I don't think you're crazy at all.
Yeah.
And so that, you know, really flipped the switch for me. And I thought at that moment, you know, she had told me, she was like, you know, I don't get dreams like that too often, but when I do, it's usually a strong message. And I don't know what to tell you, but I think it's something that you should pursue. And that's when I told her, you'll never believe that it's actually something that I'm currently crazy, exploring, man. And so I do really feel that I have a calling in real estate, and I think that it's going to play a big role in Cali Boy's success.
No, I believe that. No, and the way that you move and the way that you you direct yourself, you know, you're gonna be good in real estate, man. I was a real estate for a long time too, myself too, and I'm going back again too. You know, what I mean, and I love it. I've been in the business for a long time too, and I love it. You know, what I mean, and now like the owners of Latin Evolution Radio too, you know what I mean? They're part of the realty company too. You know, I'm telling you, they're really successful too. You know what I mean? Always empowering people, like I told you before. And that's what we have the radio, you know what I mean, to continue empowering. But that business, in the realty business, I'm telling you, it's a great business to be. If you like the sales, if you like that adrenaline of selling and buying, you know, and like you said before, you know what I mean? Like the investments is so important right now. That's really what the money moves.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And going back to your dreams, man, I'm telling you, I do believe in the dreams. So I think that dream was an amazing story, man.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. You know what? When I was a kid, man, too. No, when I was a kid, when I left my papa and mom pretty young. I have this vision, this dream too. It's crazy, man, too. So I grew up, like I said before, I grew up Christian and Jewish, man. You know what I mean? But
That's amazing.
yes, it was crazy. But going back to Ecuador, man. We were like Latinos. You know what I mean? So we're like, come on, we're not Jewish, man. Come on, don't get me wrong. But I said, yes, we are. Grandpa was. You know what I mean? So one day, my grandma lived in Miami, so I was in Orlando, and I'm telling you, I was dreaming, and I received this vision, man. That this vision came to me and tell, like, like a dream too. Tell me, like, you know what? Yes, you're Jewish. This, that, you have all these things. And I called my grandma, and the vision came and told me, like, you had to call your grandma. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, man. My grandma lived in Miami, so I called my grandma, and she was already awake. You know what I mean? It was a crazy story, man. I'm telling you. She was already awake, and she told me, like, I was waiting for your phone call. And I was
Wow.
like, what? Serious. It was crazy. And then she said, I was waiting for your phone call. Like, and she told me, like, the Lord wake me up and told me that you were going to call me.
Wow.
That was my grandma Ruth. And I was like, okay. And she told me what the Lord told you. And I was like, well, the Lord told me that we're Jewish. And I didn't believe it. And she's like, yes, we are. Your grandpa blessed you when you were a young kid. Because we have all these blessings, that we do. And then she kind of like prayed for me and stuff like that. Told me, like, yes, you're a Levite too. So we are. I'm a first one too, like you. The primogenitos.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you guys are separated by God to do greater things.
Wow.
But the Jewish people, like the number one, the first one. I'm not saying that your sisters are not, but the first one, like, separated. Something that we believe. Like. And it's so she's like, so you're gonna be great. You're gonna do greater things. So since that moment, man, I truly believe that. You know what I mean? And like,
and you are.
Yes, you know what I mean, like you right now. You know what I mean? And I do believe that you have a big calling in your life. You have big responsibility in your life. With the Cali boys, and the bigger things are coming with your sister too, and your papa and mom too. You know what I mean? I do believe that you guys have greater things coming to your way.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And I bless you, man. I want to make sure you guys succeed. I want to make sure you guys, endurance every time. You know what I mean? Hard times are gonna come, but the good times come in the big storms. You know what I mean? So do not be afraid of the storms that come in your way. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of storms that are gonna come, man. But I know the sunshine is coming at the end. You know what I mean? But like I said before, you guys are gonna build a good reputation, and right now you are building it. In town, and that's something that that is really to admire. Everybody's admiring for that reason, man. You know what I mean? So, Brando, man, it's such a blessing to have you here. You know what I mean? I'm going to end the show, man, and tell you that, what I mean, I'm really happy that you came and joined me tonight, man. A lot of people is watching us right now, and I know this show is going to go all over town. You know what I mean? Thank you for being here with me, man. Anything that you want to say at the end, man, because, we're going to end the show, man. I want you to empower, the generation, everybody who's out there right now, as a Brandon Lee. I want you to empower. Say something that empower everybody. Everybody who have a dream and a vision. You know what I mean? They say, like, I cannot make it. Tell me what to do. I know you said something early, but I want you to come in your own words and hit it hard as you can, man.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you, Mr. JC Campos, for having us, Latin Revolution Radio, the Delgado team. I want to thank everyone for having us here today. I want to thank our ancestors for giving us everything that we have today. Our guardian angels that help bring us the motivation and the strength to continue to move forward. But to send a message to everybody out there, stay positive, have faith, keep your chin up. There's going to be a lot of BS that comes your way. Knock it off, brush it away from you. Don't let negativity get to you. Have faith, continue to push forward, and in the darkest of times, find the beauty in the darkness, find the beauty in the storm. Like your friend
find
said,
the beauty in the struggle.
There really is a beauty in the struggle.
It is.
And even on your darkest days, in the toughest moments, just have faith and know that tomorrow is going to be a new day, and blessings are coming your way, and nothing good comes easy. And so when you think about something great, it's going to come even more difficult.
Exactly.
But keep moving forward. Have faith. Never give up. And keep working. Stop making excuses. Get up and get to work. Don't stop.
Brandon, thank you for those words, man. I'm telling you, it's an amazing time to have you here. But right now we're going to have some people, too. I know with people like send us some messages here. Sochi Dominguez. Sochi Dominguez, is that right? She said, like, mijo, I couldn't be more proud of you. Te quiero mucho y verás Dios está contigo siempre. Y que Dios te bendiga, hijo.
Te quiero, mom. Hi, mom. Hi, mom.
Ivonne Delgado también, la dueña de aquí, señor. Una de las dueñas de aquí, Latin Revolution, te dice, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, Ivonne.
No.
¿Cómo estás?
Luis Rocha dice, Isa, Cali Boys, te
Lux Life, baby. Lux Life, baby. How you doing, Lux Life? Shout out Lux Life.
Oh, man, Brandon, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate that, man. We know We are really happy to have you in Latin Evolution Radio, man. This is your house, man. Anytime you want to come back, man. And I know I'm gonna have your sister. I'm gonna talk to you after the show. I'm gonna have your sister here, and I want to have your pop too here too to come and visit us too, man. It's an honor to have you guys here, Cali Boys, man. And I'm telling you, I wish you the best. I'm telling you, I want the Lord to bless you, keep you, and give you peace. And extending His light upon you and your family, man. All right.
One thing I want to add really quick at the end, another thank you to you, but thank you to everyone out there that supports us. We get a lot of love. People show us a lot of love, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. I couldn't be more grateful for that. And to each and every one out there that shows us love and support, we love you, and we support you too. Don't ever hesitate to reach out to me or the rest of my family on social media. My number's out there. Don't hesitate to reach out. We're happy to help, and we're happy to do whatever it takes to help you find success. And good luck to you all, and I love you all.
Oh, awesome. Guys, this was Latin Evolution Radio Round 1. This is JC Campos. Thank you for tuning with us. Next week we're gonna have my dear friend, the number one DJ here in town. One of the greatest. A great guy, Angel Ramirez. I know he's a friend of yours. Is that right too?
A good friend of mine.
No, I'm gonna have Angel Ramirez here, man. Such an awesome guy with an amazing story too.
Great
and I'm
guy.
really happy to have him too. It's been a while since I've been telling. I know he's extremely freaking busy. Sure. So it's an honor to have you too next week. Angel, don't forget next week. So you cannot tell. No, I already told in public. So
That's going to be a great episode.
Guys, thank you for tuning in. This is JC Campos, Latin Evolution Radio. See ya. Take care.
Do it like we don't know better. Do it like we might get caught. Every night a new adventure. Do it like we not supposed to. Do it like the